Hey, this is Noah Crosby at Randall and Music, and we're going to be starting a new series of videos. And the first one here today is late February in 2023. Got the wood stove going here in the shop, and got a lot of stuff going on. I actually have three Harmony Sovereign 1203s. Two of them are from the same person, and they have both of them have the same problem. Neck resets and bridges. Neck resets are very common on these old Harmonies. This guy here, the neck's already off, so both of these. And this already put the bridge back on this guy. This was a real mess in that I'm going to go ahead and take this was a real mess in that someone had screwed and glued this down, and they had glued it on with some really awful white epoxy. I don't know exactly what it was, but so you can see here we got the bridge back on and put dots in it here to cover up the holes, but also they had split it and from the screws, and also it was just pretty messed up. So to flatten it out and make it stable, laminated another piece of wood of similar color. It's not rosewood. This is Indian rosewood. Some really old black walnut I had, so that this is higher, because with the neck reset we're going to need it. And also we routed out the saddle slot a little wider and deeper, so that to give it strength, and we can have enough room to be able to compensate this saddle correctly, because the other thing that these guys were really common for in the 60s was that the bridges wouldn't necessarily be replaced in the right place. This one was actually a little far back. I'm going to show you another one in a minute that's all done. Somebody else did it. I haven't done anything on it. It has a different problem, but this one was too far back. Usually they're too far forward, but this one was, so we had to do some finish work here that's almost done. This one is actually in pretty good shape. It does have another little crack down here we're going to have to glue and cleat, which I'll show you how that's going to work. And then we'll get the neck. The neck reset hasn't started. This one at least was the original neck. The other one I have over here, someone had already tried to put the neck on, but we got to get the neck angle, get a good neck angle on this, so that we can get some height, get some saddle height for tone, and make it really playable. So this one, like I said, this is the fingerboard and the bridge are Indian rosewood, but this other one, so that's probably late 60s, maybe early 70s. These 1203s, they made them until 1972. And then this one is Brazilian rosewood. I don't know if you can see the really nice figure in this. Same on this. This didn't have the same problem as the other one as far as the bridge. No one had messed with it, but the bridge had just come up. It might have been original. You can see this is some really nicely figured stuff. It's missing the pick guard, which is unfortunate. I'll have to make a new one. But a lot of people always ask me if these guys are all solid wood, and the 1203s actually are. You can see how this is. You can see, I don't know if you can see it in that, but solid spruce top, and then you can see along the edge here that this is solid mahogany, and the same with the back. This is ladder bracing, so I mean, if you wanted to really get into this and make a super guitar, you could take the back off and then rebrace it. This guy had a split on the side too, and what we did here, clamped it this way, took that clamp off already, and then these are these little clamps I make. A lot of people have made these out of to pull cracks together, drill the appropriate holes in a little block of wood, and then use a guitar tuner and use string or some sort of wire to and put a patch on the inside, and that pulls it in to place, and you know, you won't have to worry about that. That takes care of that. So this guy down here still has to have that done. This guy had a really messy neck reset before. Pretty much got the angle more or less where it needs to be. It's not set up yet, so we got to tighten it up a little bit. But this is going to be, and have to do a little finish work here, and make a new custom pick guard. These guys, some of these guys are really nice. These are triple O's, and here's actually one. This has a different, but this is what it will look like eventually. That one, both have the pick guard. I keep saying fingerboard. I don't know why. I don't know. I might consider doing some other work. Somebody did some work here. This bridge was too far forward. It looks like somebody did some work. Not great. It's not very pretty. And but the neck's original on this. I'm considering, it's not mine. It's a friend of mine. Considering resetting the neck on this. This one actually, the truss rod nut broke on this, so that's going to be a real pain to put that back on. But you know, this is what those guitars will look like, especially this other one with the same pick guard. So this one is also Brazilian rosewood. It's not quite as figured as that one. So this is probably before 1967 anyway, when before rosewood or Brazilian couldn't be imported. So this guy over here is the same. This is probably sometime between 1962 and 1967 before it stopped importing rosewood. And then this guy is probably 60, my guess would be 68 to 72 when they stopped, also because you can see these guys have different tuners. The one on my right here, this is the older one, and you can see it's actually got better tuners. These late 60s tuners were not always so good. Might even consider changing them, but we'll see how that goes. So stay tuned. We have some other stuff. I have a couple Martins that'll be show you. Those are both neck sets. I've got, for some reason, an inordinate amount of guitars to set the necks on and stuff. But we'll talk more about the Martins later, and give you a shout out in another video and show you how these videos of these Harmony Sovereigns turn out towards the end of the week or next week. Thanks a lot. This is Noah Crosby at Randall Music, and we'll see you more. Bye.